and this is tropetrinitytrilogy, and today I will be unboxing 2 different AuthorTuber books. So as you can see, there's a new background, and that is because I recently moved and I am trying to get back into filming and uploading videos because this move has put me behind on all of that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd start with an easy one and unbox some books that I got, which I am trying to buy less and read more. And I have been listening to audiobooks, so that's helping a lot with reading, but yeah, I have a problem. Anyway, let's unbox. So the first book is The Wolf and the Hawk, a fantasy romance by Julian Graysock. Isn't it really pretty? This cover is so pretty. So one thing about this book is I actually beta read it. So I've read it before, but I've read an initial draft. I read an earlier draft. So one thing I will say with the beta reading is I read it on Google Docs where other people could comment, which kind of prevented me in some ways from fully forming my own opinion about different things, specifically the romance, because romance is very emotional. So when people are chiming in with their own opinions all the time, I'm kind of like, I don't know what I feel now. So I'm excited to read the changes and also to read it without other voices coming in and saying their own opinions. But overall, I did enjoy the book that I beta read, and I'm excited to get the full experience. So this is the front, a really pretty cover, and I understand why this is what it looks like, and it's really pretty and it fits the story. And then the spine, and then the back. So I'm going to read the back to you and then get to the next book. Okay, so this is the author saying about Julian Graysock. Writer, reader, word nerd, and friend to animals, Julian is a creative who loves nature and her husband. She's also an avid YouTuber. And then let's get into the nitty-gritty about the book. Ryoni is the wolf of the Vern, the war leader of her nomadic clan. When she is promised in marriage to Alexander, the Hawk of Ged, she imagines she will become his war queen. She expects to lead his soldiers and defend the farming kingdom from a supernatural threat called the Thra. When Ryoni arrives, she finds her new husband handsome, mysterious, and utterly indifferent to her. He's uninterested in including her in his life, especially in the war room. Frustrated and thwarted, Ryoni struggles to fit into this strange kingdom and win over the man she hopes to help without letting her temper get the better of her. When a fearsome attack cripples Ged's army, Ryoni will have to rise to the challenge. But will it be too late for her husband? Da-da! So yeah, this book is a fantasy romance, and it plays on the arranged marriage trope, and I really like that, and I'm excited to reread it. And looking on the inside, it's pretty spaced out and has a good bit of room for the font, so it looks pretty easy to read, because I know with some self-published books, it's not always very consistent. So this is apparently book 1 in the 9 Kingdoms series. The author's note says, "For my mom, who always reads my books, even when they suck. For Jane, my best writing buddy. For savage woman everywhere." Jane is her cat. But yeah, that's a cute little author's note. And this is the chapter. So I am excited to read this. This will definitely be moving to the top of the list of books I want to read. And so yeah, I will put it here. I forgot to light up my beautiful flower. Also, I would like to add, I am friends with Julian Graysock, and I definitely recommend you check out her channel. However, I will not be biased in my review. And then the second book I got, this book was a pain to get. So I ordered it, and my roommates and I have all gotten packages before, but this time UPS decided they weren't going to deliver to my room because apparently it's on the 3rd floor. I work from before the post office opens to after it closes. Or actually right when it closes, but I work pretty far from where I live. So I had to go pick it up from the post office, but I found it last Thursday, and I work 4-day weeks because I work 10 hours, and I had to drive, and I was leaving for the weekend. So I had no opportunity to get it on the weekend, and I was able to finally get it this Thursday because we got off a bit early. But on the website, it just said the zip code of the post office I was supposed to get it from. And there are 2 post offices in this zip code, so I had to check both. And I'm kind of annoyed at the post office right now because also my dad mailed me something over 3 weeks ago and it has not arrived yet. And of course, he's not good with technology, so he didn't even think to get a tracking number. So I think it's lost forever. But yeah, my rant is over. And I'm just gonna open this book. Because, oh yeah, I got The Savior's Sister by Jenna Moresi. She was born in death. Now she fights to live. So I read The Savior's Champion 2 years ago. Yeah, I read it 2 years ago, and I relatively enjoyed it. I thought it was a very fun read that was kind of my, I would describe it as a reality TV read for me. So it isn't like the most perfect, well thought out work of fiction, but it has all the stuff that I'm trash for. So I really enjoyed it, and I was excited to get the sequel. So this is the cover, and I want to compare them if I can take it off, because I just want to compare the covers. So these are the 2 books side by side. I like the cover. And then there's the back covers. And also I like, this is one thing self-published books can do, but traditional publishing you can't always do, is that since you know you're going to get how many sequels you're going to have, or that you will write sequels when you write self-publish, the books have 1 and 2 on the spines, and I appreciate that. I like the label. And then the back, this one I will say I like better. Well, I like the image better. It has this like pretty picture of what I assume the kingdom looks like, but it has names of the different contestants in the tournament, whereas this one actually has a blurb, which this book has the blurb on the inside flap, but I think it's better to have the blurb on the back. And there's another blurb on the inside flap here. So I guess this is like, oh no, these are quotes. These are quotes. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to read this now and stop comparing. But yeah, I do think these will look nice next to each other. Oh, I noticed this one's more shiny. I like, so this one's a bit shinier, especially on the front. This one's a bit pinkier. See, can you tell? Yeah, so I think on the front cover it looks about even, but I think this one I like a bit better. This seems a little less golden. I liked that shine because I really like the font in the original, so I wish it had that little shine again. But overall, this is a very pretty cover. I understand what the flowers represent, and I like when covers fit a book and can't be swapped out. So both these books have really good covers. This is very specific to the book that it's written for, The Wolf and the Hawk, and it's pretty. And this is also very specific to the book it's written for, and it's pretty. And I like it when covers not only are just pretty and do fit the genre and give a good advertisement, but also when it feels like something it can't be swapped out to any other book. So these are both fantasy romances. You could not swap out these covers. They are very specific to the books, and I appreciate that because I like it when the cover has that little special something where you know it's for this specific book and isn't some generic girl that could be literally any book cover. This is a companion novel, so this book takes place at the same time as this book, but it's Layla's perspective. I'm not sure. I've never read a companion novel. I'm going to be honest. I'm not super into the idea of companion novels, but I did think Layla was interesting enough in The Savior's Champion. And I found like some things about her relatable. Some things I was kind of like, wow, that's not good. But maybe from her perspective, she'll get a character arc and these flaws will be explored more. And maybe they just weren't as much because she was going to get a different book. Let's hope. Oh, also there's spoilers for The Savior's Champion. Okay, here's the quote. Senator, I was born in death. You and your men made it so. I like the quote, but I will say I don't think it needs to be the same thing as the inside and outside. Okay. Layla tus Salvatierras. Oh my gosh, I didn't know she had a last name. Layla tus Salvier. savior of Thesson and magical queen of her realm, is worshipped by all, except her father. He wants her dead. The Sovereign's Tournament, a centuries-long tradition designed to select the savior's husband, is days away. But Bronte's plan to overthrow his daughter ignites, shifting the objective of the competition from marriage to murder. With the help of her sisters and some unexpected allies, Layla must unravel Bronte's network and prevent her own assassination. But as the body count rises, she learns that deception runs far deeper than she imagined. When she finds herself falling for one of the tournament competitors, her father finds himself another target for murder. Can Layla save herself and her beloved, or is their untimely end and the corruption of her realm inevitable? So yeah, that's the blurb for this story. So this is the chapter header for this book. So in the other one, the savior, when she was addressed, her pronouns were always capitalized, which you didn't know Layla was a savior, so the pretend one, when her pronouns were capitalized, she wasn't on the page that much, so it didn't really bother me. But reading this blurb, I was already confused. And this whole book is about Layla, so luckily it's first person point of view, so hopefully, like, I is always capitalized, but oh, when she uses me, it's gonna be capitalized. But hopefully it's not gonna be too often. Oh wait, I forgot. This book's in third person point of view. Her pronouns go beyond it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm already looking, and there's her pronouns are capitalized. So I will tell you in the review whether or not that makes it difficult for me to understand. I had trouble reading the inside flap, but also I suck at reading out loud in general, so maybe if I don't read it out loud, it won't be as much of an issue. Oh, also, what does this book look like naked? Oh, this feels so different. This feels very waxy, but you see, this is like, so this isn't like, this is flat printed on here, so they changed the thing at Ingram Sparks, because this looks like it's fabric, but it's just really waxy, and like this is all one thing. Whereas, but it's very clear to see, yeah? It's a very visibly clear what the words are. But this one, notes, is a lot more fabric-y, and I like how this one feels more. This is kind of faded, but I think I actually prefer this one, even though this is technically not as good because it's faded, but this gives me like an older book vibe, like the fabric cover with a little like gold font, like it gives me an older book vibe, so I prefer this. That one feels kind of weird, but it's really not a big deal, just an observation. So these are the two books I got. I realized they're both fantasy romances, so I am excited to read them both. I used to not like romance when I was younger, but recently I've come around to it and I'm like, okay, romance is kind of fun. But yeah, I am excited to read both these books. Which one do you think I should read first? Have you read any of these? No spoilers, but what were your opinions? But yeah, and also I plan on reposting a review of The Savior's Champion and also giving my weird interpretation of the characters, because they've got some issues that I don't think were intended, and I want to discuss them, especially because if I'm re-reviewing it, I'm going to talk spoilers, because originally I tried to avoid them, but it's been so long. I'm just going to say spoilers in the second half of the Savior's Champion review. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, which probably could have been quicker if I didn't rant so much. But yeah, I'm excited to read these both. Anyway, tell me your thoughts, and I'll see you